Hello, good morning, SC viewers. This is Satellite Media. If you are new to the channel, kindly like, share, subscribe, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. Let us look at the happenings in Zamfara and Katsina State, where the host communities seems to be having upper hand against Fulani bandits. And as you have it, the two states have witnessed serious level of insecurity occasioned by Fulani Militias. But this time around, we are seeing local government of Kurfi and Dandume, of course, having upper hand against Fulani Militias. Of course, in Dandume, just take a look at this picture. You can clearly see how these bandits were rounded up by the community. Of course, this is a show of strength. This, of course, I think this community needs commendation, because all along we have been seeing serious level of insecurity in those two states. And only recently, we saw a situation where the two governors of that same Zamfara and Katsina will be holding meeting with bandit leaders, talking about Ado Aleru. Look at the man here, Ado Aleru, fully armed, why he came to attend a meeting of the governor of Katsina and the governor of Zamfara. You can clearly see him be armed, fully armed with his men, of course. And this is a man, as you can see him in this picture, this is a man who have a bounty of 5 million on his head, coming to hold meeting with state governors. I think it speaks volume of what Nigerians are facing, what Nigerians are passing through, particularly in this area of the country. But again, I'm going to bring you a video of the one that happened in Kurfi, where the community showed their braveness and actually apprehended and the bandits. But before I do that, I want to even make you understand that the Western world are already discussing this. They already know what is happening, because the issue of banditry in Nigeria have taken the center stage globally. Remember that at the time, even the Air Force commander, American Air Force commander for Europe and Africa, talking about James Hecker, made it very clear that they will be bombing some locations in Africa. They will be bombing terrorists in Africa. Of course, you can clearly see James Hecker, why he was making that speech. It goes to show that the situation in Nigeria has reached the international community. But again, before I bring the video of what happened in Kurfi, where they actually rounded up these bandits, I will be bringing in a video of Americans discussing how the Fulani want to Islamize Nigeria. Just take a look at this video.
They are systematically taking over Nigeria, and they want to make Nigeria into a Muslim caliphate. And the Fulani ethnic militia, the Muslim terrorists, go into Christian villages. They're not coming in with cattle. They're coming in on motorcycles with AK-47s and killing everything that moves, and then destroying and razing the entire village.
And yelling Allahu Akbar while
yelling
they do it.
Allahu Akbar while doing it. And has nothing to do with climate change. These are nomadic herders that have 500-year-old view of cattle farming. Nigeria was 70% Christian.
Amazing.
Now it's 50-50. It's 50% Muslim, 50% Christian.
Because they've been killing.
Because they have been going back to their systematic jihad. Now, look, Islam has conquered every civilization it's touched since 640 AD through 3 methods of jihad. 1, cultural jihad. We'll move in, we'll blend in with the population as we're a minority. Then they start gaining a population, having lots of kids. Then once they get a population, they do political jihad. All right?
And cultural.
Then cultural jihad. Then after political jihad, once they have the political cover to do the violence, they go into violent jihad and take over territory. And that is how they have systematically taken over all of northern Africa.
Well, and what's particularly interesting when you dig a little deeper is that the Fulani tribe doesn't just exist in Nigeria. They're in Sierra Leone and Senegal and right across the border, right? I mean, throughout the center and east of Africa and west.
And for some magical reason, every country they touch turns into war.
Yes, and when you
turns into genocide and turns into war. Every country that they touch.
So I think this speaks volume of what we are passing through as a people, as a country. It's going to show that Nigerians, of course, have been having serious level of issue of insecurity. And again, remember that recently the director of DSS, talking about Ajayi, advised communities that they should come together to enhance themselves so that they can be the first line of defense in case of invasion of this nature. I think we're already seeing action from communities. I will now allow you to watch this video of this community where they actually rounded up these Fulani Militias. I'm talking about Kurfi local government area of Katsina state, where they show bravery, rounded up bandits, and dealt with them in a language they best understand. Remember that before now, someone like the former governor of Katsina state, talking about Nasir El-Rufai, made it very clear that the only language they should give to the bandits is to send it to their creators who ultimately have the power to judge them. I think perhaps that is what this people did. But just watch this video. So having watched the video, I think we are gradually getting a sense of what Nigerians are passing through in terms of Fulani Militia. And this issue, of course, I understand that Nigeria have security arrangement, and the security arrangement seems not to be working. Because if it's working, Nigerians cannot be facing this level of insecurity. Because if you look at the very pattern of governance, the constitution is very clear that the welfare of the people and their security shall be the primary purpose of governance. So to that extent, any other thing you do apart from securing the life and properties of Nigerians, if you are not getting it right in that area, it means it's a monumental failure on the part of government. I understand that the government have recently raised concern where the federal government have advised state governments to going forward to start recruiting about between 2,000 and 5,000 personnel to act as forest guards to address this challenge. But it's not yet on record that the state government have actually finalized modalities with federal government to start the process. But I think it is not a wrong step if actually it will follow through from what came from federal government, that they will be armed, trained from the office of the National Security Advisor. Because we understand that that was the area that was lacking in the past. Even when Amateku was created under the last administration of Muhammad Buhari, they didn't have the capacity to be armed. Because for you to procure arm, AK-47, AK-49, to combat this level of insecurity, you need an end-user certificate that normally comes from the Office of National Security Advisor. And this Amateku could not get under the last administration of Muhammad Buhari. I understand that the former governor of Ondo State, talking about Akeredolu, may so rest in peace, was always at loggerhead with the federal government then. Because according to him, federal government allowed civilian JTF in the north to be armed, whereas Amoteku, that is a creation of Act of State House of Assembly in the southwestern part of the country, were not allowed to be armed. But going forward, I want to believe that with the statement that came from the director of DSS and the approach or initiative of federal government talking about forest guard, I think if all the states key into it, I think it's going to give us a sigh of relief. That is, if it's properly implemented. Because the way it is, we understand that people are already agitating to exit the country. And if the federal government is not willing and perhaps the security agencies lack what it takes to police the people, is it not better to allow people to go their separate ways to determine how best they want to police themselves? Because Nigerians cannot be dying or rather living at the mercy of the bandits who come at the middle of the night, drag people out of their homes, maim them, kill them. We saw what happened in Plateau State recently. We probably saw what happened in Benue State recently, especially where about 200 and something persons were alive in Benue. We equally saw the monumental waste of life in Plateau State. And at the time it happened in Plateau, the governor moved forward and made it very clear that this is genocide. And the monarch in Benue State equally echoed the same thing when the president, talking about Senator Amebola Tinubu, visited Benue to condole with them. But the point here is the life and property of Nigerians is paramount and it must be protected by the government without excuse. So, you are welcome back. Seeing that the people are suffering this level of insecurity, churches being shut down, government seems to be handicapped. What is the fate of Christians in the north? What is the fate of Nigerians in the hands of Fulani Militias?
My beloved brother, I remember humble self, that Biafran evangelist. And I will continue to speak the truth. If you watch what is going on in Benue, to be precise, not just in Benue, all over the country, but to Benue now as the figure of the fact. See, my brother, that with Alfred that traveled, what he said to the US Congress, what he has said is pure clear. The truth is here. Nigeria always like to hide the truth. They always like to cover the truth. See, because of what? They are evil. Because of the evilness and the wickedness that is in this country.
But let us look at the position of the US Congress. Because when, after listening to Reverend Alfred, they directed the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, to sanction Nigeria.
Yes, but up till now, I don't really understand what is holding Donald Trump. I don't know what is, not just only by sanction. Let there be an action. Sanction with action. Sanction by action. Donald Trump should, not just Donald Trump, the world. Except you are not lovers of humanity. Except you don't value life. Except you don't have the Spirit of God in you. Except you don't have human feeling. Except you don't have a blood. Except you don't. Baba, these are the only people that will hear this and kept quiet. What is happening in Benue and what has happened in Benue is quite alarming. It has gone beyond. It is no longer a news to be reported again. It has become a phenomenon, a normal thing in Benue, which is not supposed to. We have been saying that these people called the Fulanis wanted their mission, to the dream of the late Usman Danfodio, to be actualized here in Nigeria. And that is why you see them, the people that are targeting are the Christians. Imagine in a whole Benue that churches, people, see, look at children, the life of the children, that you don't know what they will be tomorrow. See the way they render them lifeless. The whole family, the years or whatsoever the family have labored to have those children are becoming vain. And who are the behind this? Human beings like them are the brain behind all this. And the government is not doing anything. The state government is not providing any means to stop this thing. If federal government is not making any provision to that, why can't you, as the state governor, as the local government chairman, the senators in the state, the people of the state, why can't you come up with something in order to stop this nonsense that is going on in Benue? You understand? See, my brother, it's becoming too obvious. Though I didn't come from Benue, but I am not happy. Because I believe that those lives that have been taken, those children that have been by, they are human beings, and moreover they are Christians, and because they are Christians, see churches too being shut down in a country like this. And is it only Muslim that should be allowed, you know, to have their freedom here in this country? And if that should be the case, that means what I earlier said and what I've been saying since, that Nigeria is an Islamic country, and not just an Islamic country, but a jihadist nation. And that is why you see them carrying out this, you know, abnormal activities. Federal government is not doing anything. Despite the fact that we have somebody like Bola Ahmed Tinubu that come from the West, yet the worst is still going on.
Okay, now we understand that in a place like Idoma, in a place like TV, in a place like one Taraba community, they have given Fulani quick notice. Particularly those Idoma and TV say at the end of May, Fulani should vacate. Do you think the people of Benue have what it takes to enforce it and ensure that Fulani leave their place?
My brother, they have what it takes. It is their land, and they have, and what has happened is enough evidence for them to come up with anything at all to evacuate those people, to quit them. And let me tell you, if I happen to be the Benue governor, with all these things, even this one that happened now, automatically I will stand up and I will quit them. Are you getting me? I will quit them and I will stand to challenge federal government. Anywhere in the world, I will stand to challenge federal government, and I will report the case, not just only here in the Nigeria. I will take it out of this country because the thing is becoming too obvious. Yes, it's becoming too obvious. I repeat, I will take it out of Nigeria. I will report it to international bodies. I will need a special assistance from the international bodies, and I will demand for it, and I will ask for it, and I will ready to face Nigeria, even in the Nigerian court, because I have reported several occasions to Nigerian federal government for help. How can they be taking lives like that? Lives that they cannot create.
Okay, now let us look at it from this angle, because James Hacker, the Air Force commander of America, of Europe and Africa, made it very clear that they were going to be targeting terrorists in Africa. I know that Nigeria, when you talk about terrorism, you have Boko Haram, you have ISWAP, you have
please don't waste time.
Fulani Militias.
Please don't waste time. Please don't waste time. Don't just say it. Come and act. If you know anything you can do to help Nigeria, please come. Don't just talk. Act. I need action. I don't believe in talking, I believe in action.
So we are in support of US, America come here
not just only
them.
But not just only America. Go to Russia. All over the world. Go Korea. All of you should come. Because the thing has superseded the ability of Nigeria. Nigerian government, including the incumbent government, doesn't have a say again. They cannot do anything again. They don't have anything to offer again. If you people, America and the rest, the whole world have any help, please, even within Africa here, let them join hands to come and help Nigeria. Because if this jihadist has automatically overrun Nigeria, so including the presidency.
So we are support of America come here to bomb terrorists.
Bomb anything, bombable. Kill, destroy anything destroyable for peace to reign. The Christians, all the Christian countries, the Christian nations, Israel, you people should wake up. Your brothers are dying there here in Nigeria. They are killing, they are taking lives every day by day in Nigeria. You people should rise up. Christianity and the children of God must not be utterly wiped out, especially in this country called Nigeria. You people should rise up and help. Anyhow you can help, please, we need your help. I am calling on international men to now, international bodies, please, I use the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. You people should come and help the Christians, the fellow brothers, in the ashes of Nigeria.
Now let us take it from this angle again, because there is a military personnel that retired from the intelligence arm of the military, who have made it very clear that there are some people, of course, that sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria. Their aim ultimately is to Islamize Nigeria. And he said that at the time when they interrogated some persons who were arrested, that they made it clear that some persons who are involved in this sponsorship, as at the time of Buhari, some of them, according to him, were already governors. Do you think Nigeria is safe in this?
Nigeria is not safe. I've been saying it. And Nigeria can never be safe because I've been saying this thing before now. See, a prophet is not by coming. When you speak, you will see it. I've been telling you people, not just only in this platform, that the people behind the insecurity in Nigeria are Nigerian politicians. Those herdsmen you are seeing, how many cows did they used to carry up and down? And how much is the price of each cow? Calculate it together. Then how much is AK-47 and AK-49? How much are they selling it? Then how much is the price of a bullet? Then by the time you check all these things, you will discover that these people are not selling their cow to buy arms. They have sponsors somewhere. People that are stealing our money, taking our money, and doing what? Using it to work against us. You understand? And those people are Nigerian politicians. So let the Nigerian politicians be seriously checkmated. And if there should be, look into, you will discover that out of 36 or 37 states in Nigeria, almost 27 to 30 of them, governors, are involved in this thing that is happening in Nigeria. And that is why these people, these criminals, these jihadists have enough bullet to waste. They have enough gun to handle.
Okay, let us take you to another angle. Thank you very much for attending.